Hey guys, this is EyesDraws, and today we're going to take a quick tour through my art gallery. So my art gallery holds a lot of my art pieces, a lot of the behind the scenes ones, so some are commissioned, some are my own artwork, and we're just going to take a quick walkthrough. I'm going to try and be quick with it, but it's still going to end up being kind of a long video, and I'm really sorry about that, but not much I can do about that. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so the first thing you see when you spawn in is this view. We see our tree, we see the ED, which is for EyesDraws. But here we can go ahead and start with what's directly behind me. So here we have 4 posters. We have the EyesDraws Fairy Garden, the custom shirt room, the studio, and the workshop. Here we have the info board. We have the EyesDraws Art Gallery. This art gallery showcases all of my work. We have my Discord server and some of my socials listed, and some like clubs that people could join. So my EyesDraws Community Club, the EyesDraws Custom Shirts Club, and also the Creative Club is here because we did that for a bit. And then also my one and only trophy is right here. I got Best UGC Avatar item in 2023-2024 with my custom shirt. And then here we have the code of conduct, and we have the builder, which he helped me build the base of this, and then I kind of expanded the main area. This leads to the holiday gallery, which is really cool. I really like the holiday, but anyways, let's go ahead and take a look upstairs first. So as we climb the stairs, this drawing, which is a Secret Santa gift for Faith. Here we have a orange tiger, which was for Art 101 class. Here is a landscape also for Art 101. And then here we get this view. And then we have a little sitting area. This is a crow drawing, which was just a simple gift for my boyfriend Crow. And then here we have a sign that says EyesDraws Art Gallery. And then we have all of my custom shirts all lined up here. There are some missing. There's too many. This is the best you're gonna get for this room. And then over here we have the same sitting area with easel, but this time we have a 4th of July art piece. So this one was pretty fun. This was from back in 2023, I think, or something like that. I don't know. And then we have more artwork. So this one is my moth. And then we have my Christmas drawing. So this is called Christmas Sleep because she kind of looks dreamy or sleepy. And then we have Sunset Dreams, which is just a sunset, and honestly just wanted to test and see if I could blend out some of these colors, and I did pretty well. Now as we go down, we are met with this pretty tree and these like lights and all of this stuff. If we go to the base of the tree, we see this little teddy bear. This is Robin. He's in most of my rooms, just somewhere sitting or, you know, hanging out. So you'll kind of see this bear a bunch. And then here we have an art trade of 𝐄𝐲𝐞𝐬𝐃, and then he did one of me. But here we have some of his characters that he's drawn up in like the windows or just hanging out at the market. But this piece was a lot of fun. I definitely pushed myself with this piece with the path here and like the barrel. I really enjoyed this piece. Now onto this side, we have this centaur, which was for the nature art contest, so the most recent one in 2024, 2025, I can't remember, but this one won, which was really fun for me. I really like this piece, although I do think this character is a little stiff. Nothing I can do about that now, but it did what I intended, I think, at the time. Now onto this little corridor, have this little art room, drawing room, which is why it's a little more bright in here so people can actually take and draw. I put up this little drawing in this one, which was a art challenge piece that RecRoom had me do. It's up on their page. I might link it below if I remember correctly, but we did like a little challenge, me, Crystal, and Parrish, which was a lot of fun, and this was for the 1 hour challenge, and it turned out so good. But anyways, if we go across the room, we will see this piece, which was my final project for Art 101 class, which won most colorful. And then over here, we have a 𝐄𝐲𝐿 character PFP that I had for the longest time. But since then, I have changed a lot of what this character looks like and updated her in general, and even updated Mr. Iris up there. He now wears a bow tie. I'll also try and put a image of the new design up here at some point. But then we have this corridor, which leads to this 𝐓𝐵𝐺𝐴𝐴rt Academy drawing with some geese or ducks. I think I called them ducks. I think they're supposed to be geese because they're white with the duck. I don't think ducks look like that. I don't know, but they're here. And then we have this drawing, which is just me and my friends, kind of a newer friend group. So me and Crow, and then Robin, of course, and then we have Sky and 𝐄𝐲𝐞𝐫𝐚. And I drew them all together, and it was pretty cute. I like this. And then over here, we have these 3 art pieces. So this is the aquarium drawing, which has little Easter eggs of Finding Nemo characters. So we got this cool guy, we got the seahorse, starfish, we got the guy that says Bubbles, we got Marlin and Nemo and Dory, and then we got the jellyfish whenever they jump on the jellyfish, and then we got one sea turtle and a shark. And I thought it was going to be pretty nice to kind of add the Easter eggs into it if people even catch on for that. But this piece was for one of the art rooms for their summer update. I think it was Draw or Vibe. And then over here we have this fairy girl, and I think she's called Bubble Fairy because of all the little bubbles behind her. This was just a very fun, colorful pink piece. And then right next to her we have this lime green curled hair. I just wanted something green because, I online am very green girl. So I wanted to draw something that was very green. And this is what it kind of came out to be. Not my favorite piece. I think some of the colors were a little bit off and some of the proportions were off with this piece. But it's okay. You learn. And then over here we have this autumn drawing, which turned out pretty cute, I think. This was also for 𝐓𝐵𝐺𝐴𝐴rt Academy, but I kind of expanded this piece and added a cute little barn. And then over here we have Squirtle. So Squirtle owns like the foo community. He's very cool, very chill. And then if we leave this little room and go out here, we will see these little sitting arrangements, and then in this little hallway we have some posters for 𝐓𝐵𝐺𝐴𝐴rt Academy, and then also the art gallery that we're in. And then we have a little EyesDraws donations. Somebody told me to put these in here, but I literally don't know why, because like you guys don't need to donate anything. Like that's, I don't know, it's a bit silly. And then in this room we have this K-pop Demon Hunters art piece that I did, which was a lot of fun. And then over here we have a commission piece. And then over here we have this drawing, which was for just a random room and it turned out pretty okay. It's not my favorite, but it's cool. And then behind me we have this drawing, which is for Dude and Cam. This piece took me about a month to do, I believe, but it was also my first time using 2 artboards. So this comes apart, and it's the square canvas and the rectangular canvas. This was kind of difficult to do, but I did my best. But now we can go ahead and go to the next gallery room. Alright, so the next two gallery rooms, they're not going to be in the updated version where there's like cool fun lights. It's all going to be the old stuff. But we're going to go ahead and jump right in by going upstairs first. And these are going to start being really old artwork, by the way. So here's a realism art piece. I mostly just wanted to do some practice and also practice my colors again. And then over here we have my Queen of Hearts drawing. A lot of people really like this one. I don't know why, because this one's personally not my favorite. But I'm glad others enjoy it. And then here we have a art piece that I did for my friend Joyful. She's a very cool person and very talented. And then over here, again, we have my custom shirts. And then over here, we have a commission Knight and Cat. And then over here, we have some snakes with some girls, which was kind of fun and creepy. And then over here, we have a commission. We have my Happy New Year's 2024. And then over here, we have a mermaid drawing with some jellyfish. And then if we go through this corridor and we take a left, we have some graffiti art. So I started with Beamer down here. He just wanted a very cool graffiti type look with some bricks behind him. And then Bubbles seen it and she was like, I would love this. So we did that for Bubbles too. And then over here we have this commission for a gladiator scene, which was really fun. And then here we have a beach scene. And then we have this beach scene. And then we have another commission of a Dragon OC character, which was really cool to draw. I really liked it. Very fun. And then over here we have some black and white art. So we have a faux graffiti type of art piece. I don't know. I was having fun with it though. And then up here we have some anime practice. This was me drawing my teacher outfit and she turned out very cute. I really like it. And then if we go out of this and go across, um, we will find Tropics Beach Bar. I made this for his beach bar room. And then over here we have Stella and a polar bear. And then if we go through here, we have some more commissioned art. So we have this one, which was cool. Then we have this 4-piece commission for Mom, Vish, Turtle, and JJ. Over here we have another commission for Lady Spider Ninja, and then we have a panda, and then here we have another Lady Spider Ninja art piece that she commissioned. And then over here we have some more commissions by Lady Spider Ninja and her boyfriend. This time she wanted like the tangled lanterns. And then here we have Death, which is another old friend, which is cool. And then we will go out here and to the back we have 2 art pieces. So this was a challenge piece that some Valor Academy people did, and I think. And then over here was another art piece that I did for Valor Academy. Now off to the next subroom. Alright, on to the third and final one. This room never got completed, so this will have a lot of the boards misaligned, like they're placed but not fixed. So here we have my steampunk owl. This was originally going to be how I drew my EyesDraws character, but I definitely moved away from this. And then we have this drawing that I did for Drawn. And then over here we have this space girl. Here we have a commission for 𝐄𝐲𝐞𝐫𝐚. Here we have another Secret Santa drawing for Subway. And then here we have a dragon piece, which is something that I wanted to kind of do. Then if we head downstairs, we have a older version of my character as well here. And then over here, we have a drawing for Creep Cake or Cake Man. And then if we go through this corridor, this is going to have some old art. So we have my mermaid drawing, which was completely done in VR, which is crazy because I could never do VR again. This was some of the early art pieces. This was like my second or third drawing in RecRoom. And this was for a friend. And I kind of did like the actual avatar rather than, making it look like a person. And then this was my first ever drawing in RecRoom. So this kind of holds my heart. I might redraw it sometime, but yeah, this was the first time I ever even picked up a pen. And like the original drawing, I did this, like I did not scale anything, so it was literally like itty bitty, like a small scale for some reason. And then here we have a drawing I did for Civic. Again, this one was a lot of fun. And then over here I have another girl with a blue dragon, also done in VR. As we go across, we will see this one, which is a big piece of artwork that I did back in 2023 or 2023, I think, or 2022. Um, and this has all of my friends. So this is Sam, Oni, Drawn, Surprised, Knight, Subway, me, Civic, Chills, Joy, Cat, Crow, uh, it's not Mike. Mike wears like almost a very similar outfit to this person, but this is DJ and this is Ant. And this piece also has some hidden Easter eggs. So there's like, the crescendo bat, there's the Jumbotron stuff, there's Chills's like character, there's some music notes for DJ, there's an Ace card for a friend Ace, there's a Pop Tart for a friend Pop Tart, there's a Crow on Crow. There's Ant-Man with the ham, like thinking about a ham. So there's like a lot of different things, but this I made for my friends, which was a lot of fun to do. And then over here we have a three of a kind piece for their art contest that they held in their server. This ended up getting second place, which was really cool. And then over here we have some more old art. Here we have this little fairy girl, and then here we have a Camp Verano, which was fun. And then we have this piece for Darko. He played a lot of dodgeball. And then we have Sam at one of the like horror places, which is why there's like a circus tent behind him. And then this was my first ever contest piece for the sports art contest. So this was the Golden Goblins basketball team. So we had like Kevin on our shirt. The place was all green. We got, number one. We're all like cheering, like posing for a picture almost, which was cool. And then over here we have some commissioned art. So this was for some guy that I met, but he wanted to be floating in space, which was really cool. And then this is Kung. Um, he wanted to be in his samurai outfit with some like cherry blossoms, and this is kind of what I came up with at the time. And then after all of this, we can go into this last room over here, and it does have the one art piece. This was for 𝐄𝐲𝐞𝐫𝐿's birthday, so we have a lot of our friends around, a lot of the same people I've drawn, like Oni, Sam, Knight, Sub, and Drawn. And then here are some of his friends and, the birthday stuff, which was very cool. Now for the more fun parts of the gallery is our holiday ones. Now the holiday ones were never really completed aside from the Christmas room because I used the Christmas one for the Winter Wonderland stuff for those shop rooms. All right, so when we join the Christmas gallery, it is very festive. It has snow everywhere. It has the Christmas lights. It has wreaths. It has snowmen. It has presents, and it's very red and green. Um, this piece, this like room, I had a lot of fun with. It's basically the same setup except I've expanded in different ways and kind of shortened some things, but we'll start with this main entrance area. So again, this was for Winter Wonderland, so Winter Wonderland hooks up over here, and then this leads back to the main gallery. And then here, this would have the Winter Wonderland room poster. And then this is the custom shirts room. And then here are some art pieces. So I took and did this one for this last year. Just a girl with some nice little snow. And then we have my moth lady again because I was gonna try and do another one, but I ended up not having time. And then I did this little winter bird. And then again, we have the code of conduct and the builders and myself button, and we got this little rug. Now we can go upstairs first. Yeah, we'll go upstairs first. So up here on the right, here we have my very first winter drawing. So this one's a really old one from like 2023, 2024, something like that. Can't remember. I think it was 2023. Maybe even 2022. I can't remember. But I did Santa Claus with his reindeer flying above like a little town down here. I had a lot of fun with this. I think it was very cute, and a lot of people really like this one. And then over here we have a little walkway with some snow and stuff. And this is a new addition. I made like a little like shop almost. And it's just filled to the brim with like different stuff. So we have this drawing, which is kind of like winter-esque. It has like white tigers with a knight, and it's in like a snowy environment. And then this piece was a collaborative piece for 𝐵𝐴𝐼 Academy during the winter, but I kind of put it up here to kind of just show off some more art from other people. Um, and yeah, this one turned out very cute. Mine's right here. We got even Mr. Iris in a cute little winter hat. And then over here, I have my two Secret Santas pieces for Faith and Rexy Rose. And then here we have my custom shirts. This time I only did like my top favorites, and then all on the bottom is all of the winter wear. And then we have these little mannequins in some winter outfits. So this one's like a fireplace, so I wanted her to be all cozy and stuff like that. And then this one has like the tree with the little elf and Santa. Um, and this one's very cool. And then we have these shelves with some books and some more winter art. So Secret Santa gift from, I forgot their name, but they made me this one. And then here is a commission that I did for somebody else for Christmas. We got my friends up there. We got my friends on this side. And then we got another 𝐵𝐴𝐼 Art Academy one, which is really cool. This one was by Mr. Films. And then you see that I'm right here next to like Molly, and he even added Mr. Iris right there. Very cute. And then we got another Christmas tree. And then over this way, we have these two drawings. So this one is a little elf. I was thinking, since she's like in an ornament, she's like the elf on the shelf, but like she's in the tree or the ornament. And then over here is just a girl kind of opening up her gift, and there's a funny little cat next to her. And then if we go back down, we see the tree, and it has like a bunch of presents, and then I put my little ward down there. But here we have Robin in all of his glory. We have Santa Robin and Reindeer Robin, and we even have Rudolph Robin with a little red nose. But yeah, this tree was very fun, and I love the little Robin. He's cute. And then over here we have this Christmas girl, and then we have this guy by a window, like a nice little winter window with some cute tree ornaments and stuff. Very fun. And then over here we'll go into this little corridor. We have some more winter art, or just winter themed. So this was a seasonal piece that I did for the art contest. Now I decided I was going to put it in here because of this winter lady, but it also has autumn, spring, and summer. Um, but these pieces were very fun to make. They're like little cards almost. And then we have this lady with a reindeer and like a red cloak with the winter stuff. And then over here, they're making some gingerbread houses. And then here we have Mr. Films. Now this isn't necessarily a winter one, but it has like wintry vibes to it, so I added it in. And then over here we have this girl. Again, this one's a very old piece with some like red flowers. And then if we go out here, we will see this piece. So this piece was made, I believe, last year, and it's Santa in his little workshop. So he's got toys around, some books, so like Rudolph, The Night Before Christmas, some things like that. We got their dog from like, Buddies. I always associate Santa with like a golden retriever dog. And then we have Mrs. Claus, and throughout this little piece, we have some Easter eggs. So, like this panda, that's obviously for Crow because he likes pandas. This bear is obviously going to be Robin. Up here, we have an E for EyesDraws. We have this snow globe with a ham inside because of Ant. There's like just a couple random toys and stuff like that. Just kind of remind me of a couple friends, you know. But yeah, there was this piece, and then we're gonna go through this corridor. Here we have Killer Quinn, very cool little drawing, and then we have an angel. We have this commission. They wanted a winter drawing in like with some mistletoe and stuff. Then we have this girl holding a snow globe, and then we have this commission, which has like a very winter vibe. And then over here, we have this girl kind of laying in the snow. This one turned out very good. I really like this one. And then over here, we have this girl kind of covering her mouth and looking. But yeah, this was my winter gallery. And one thing I want to point out is that this side is very blue winter, and then this side over here is very red and green winter. I kind of wanted to represent both of them within one space. And this is how it turned out. And it turned out really good. I really like this room. But yeah, now we can go off to the next two gallery rooms. The next two are not finished at all. They're not going to have anything crazy in them, but I'm still going to show them. So next we have the Halloween or Fall gallery. Alright, so this room was not completed, so it's not gonna have many artwork in here, but I did recolor everything, so it's like red, orange, and a hint of purple to kind of give it that Halloween vibe. But here we just had a bunch of pumpkins around, but again, we'll go up the stairs. Here we have, alright, so here we have this drawing. I'm going to go ahead and move it into the light so we can see this a little bit better. But here we have this drawing. I made this for 𝐵ALLART Academy for the winter. We have two different types of witches and a little cat in the middle. Here we got like a mushroom witch and a pumpkin witch. Now if we go over here, we have this autumn/fall artwork. And then over here, we have this winter, we have this kind of neighborhood with jack-o'-lanterns, bats, and just like fun, kind of creepy colors. Then if we go down, we have another witch. I really like witches, by the way. I especially like them during Halloween and fall. So we got this one, and then we have this kind of devil looking girl. And then we got our custom shirts again, except I added more kind of fall theme. So this one's my Thanksgiving shirt, so it says turkey dinner. We have the pyramids, not really anything, maybe like the mummy. And then we have this garden rose. And then we got the skeleton suit and dress. We have the spooky spider shirt, and we got like darker kind of clothing. So dark angelic lace. We got a black cyber armor, and we got the face your fears, which was a 3 of a kind shirt. I just want to peep the back. It's got like the little room on it. And then over here we have this scarecrow pumpkin guy, which was really cool. And then we got another like witch, but this time it was in the theme of elsewhere, which is why the necklace and the book kind of has like elsewhere themed stuff on it. But yeah, this was the kind of fall, Halloween, and like Thanksgiving kind of gallery. Very small, not a lot of art, but this was something I was working on. Alright, so that was it for my art gallery. Unfortunately, the summer one actually didn't have anything in it. It was just the same as the Halloween/fall one. So it meant that I really hadn't gotten around to it. However, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I know this is probably not the coolest thing to kind of go through, but it's, something that I worked hard on and tried to make kind of fun for everybody. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good one. Definitely like this video or share a comment of what you think about some of the stuff that you've seen here. Anyways, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. All of those good things. Have a good one. Goodbye, guys.